we move over to SA20 auction, we're getting closer and closer. It's exciting, isn't it, Vic?
It's always exciting. I know he's...
Okay, look at me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, he's not trying to tell me his age, but he retired at 31 years old. That's shocking.
He should be playing.
He should still
No. Time was up.
He should always play that video in Durban, right? When he hit the 2 sixes
No, of course.
on the game.
Of course. Anyway, let's get into SA20 auction, especially after seeing what Brevis was able to do in this T20 series. Of course, he's going to go for the big bucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see there's some big headliners that have opted out of being obviously or staying with their sides. I'm sure there's a match card that's available with some of the teams. But for example, like Aiden Markram being the guy who's won 2 SA20s with this Eastern Cape side, that's going to be very interesting. And might be a couple of losers as well, because if you do opt to be in the pool again and things don't go your way, and then all of a sudden you find yourself on the sides, that's going to be very interesting. So I think it's going to be bigger than probably the first one. But what's exciting is, there's a lot of teams that really need Pretoria, really need to turn the SA20 around. It hasn't been good at all. You do feel in Durban, they have to have a look. They've showed glimpses, but they haven't quite put it together. So there's some teams that really need. And I think for the SA20's point of view, to have another different winner would be really important so that the tournament doesn't belong in Gqeberha all the time.
Pretoria Capitals. You mentioned Pretoria Capitals, and I want us to look into the team, the composition, and what are you expecting to see from this team? And if you're part of selection, Vic, who would you... Listen, now I need to bring it in.
Up on that now.
Who will you want to definitely be bringing into that side so that they don't end up being bottom of that log?
Look, I mean, the first year they were really good, right? And the reason why they were so good, they were so dominant with the bat at home. They've already got already a few batters. But I still think for you to be competitive in this tournament, you have to have a decent bowling attack. They've got a huge purse, so you probably feel that they'll get maybe a few more batters, but I think they need to get a quality bowling attack, a few more quality bowlers to come in there, and maybe 2 quality spinners in that squad. But they still have a lot of money. There's still a lot of spaces in left, and they must still get 2 more under 23s that should come in there. So it's going to be interesting who they pick, but I still think they need to get a quality bowling attack.
32 million, 3 players only retained. I mean, we're surprised, especially looking at what the other teams were able to retain.
It's a fresh start. It's as clean as that. It's a fresh start.
So you're happy with that?
They're starting afresh. Like I said, it hasn't been a good tournament at all they've had different coaches as well, almost a new coach in every season. So I think Surav Ganguly is coming in to make a change. That's a big signing to see Andre Russell in that side. And I think, again, probably what makes it the hardest thing is that every batter in South Africa and including the world, if you think about one ground you want to come and be a batter in, is Pretoria at SuperSport Park. And so it makes things really difficult because everyone enjoys those conditions. So your team balance has to be so good. You've got to have smart bowlers to deal with the condition, knowing that on average, we're probably dealing about 200 plus every game. So it's very important to get a right balance of smart bowlers and, of course, batters that are explosive to make those big scores.
Before we wrap up, other than Dewald Brevis, who are you expecting to go for the big bucks? Don't say Luandre Pretorius, because he's a fan.
He's already been bought, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think a guy like Aiden Markram, some teams might need a good leader, but also the fact that when they won, towards the end of the season, he made some huge runs, huge impact to make sure that they win those trophies.
And you know Pangolo?
For me, Pretoria is a team that I'm hoping that will put things together.
Okay, so you know the SA20 auction is happening on the 9th of September. And of course, we look forward to seeing who will be picked for what amount and also who will be one of the teams that will be walking out on top in this season of SA20.